Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this amazing new robot lawnmower that we got from Ecovacs. It's such a cool tool. And yes, it is a tool, but it does feel a little bit like a toy. It was so nicely packaged, and it came with this quick start guide that walked us through about a 20 or 30-minute setup. Once we had it out of the box, it was really easy to get all of the packaging off of the robot. There wasn't overly packed, it was just safely packed. We got it charged up, went into our app, and in the app, it had a button that you push that said auto mapping. And right away, this little robot just took off and measured the boundaries of our entire lawn. Our lawn's probably 800 to 1,000 square feet. And I'm not doing anything here, folks. Look how close it's staying to that edge. Between its LiDAR camera and its satellite connections, it was able to track basically a perfect perimeter around our entire lawn. When I saw it do this, I was so in love with this little robot that I gave it a name. And so Steve just really blew me away right out of the box. As it got towards the end of our lawn, it would identify that we had this shrub hanging over, and Steve would just cut a little path touch wider than the shrub so that he could adjust to whatever was along the edge of the yard. Once he completed his path, then he returns to his charging station until it's about 100% charged. You can see here on top, there's a 9.8. It looks like it's flashing. It's not flashing in real life. That tells you the percentage charge. And then you use this little dial on top to set the cut height. You can set it anywhere between inch and a half. Sorry, I set it somewhere around an inch and a half or 2 inches, but there's multiple heights that you can go through. Once you've got that set, you just go back to your app and you tell Steve that you want him to auto mow, and voila, off he goes. Steve's pretty meticulous. He has about a 60, maybe as low as 40% overlap, but that just means you're going to have a really uniform cut lawn and that he's going to cover every blade of grass. Now, we have a separate yard area from this yard area on the other side of our house to the left here. And so we built a little path when we were mapping that took Steve to the other side as well. We'd later find out that's not really the right way to do it. What we really wanted to do was map these two areas completely independently so that you have an area 1 and an area 2. And then inside the app, you can build a pathway. That wasn't my favorite part, but it's not a problem. Steve's going to keep working here from the front to the back of the lawn, cutting this entire inside. And so I just was impressed with this path that he was on. And eventually you can see there will be an edge left. You just go back into the app and you tell Steve, hey, edge the lawn, and away he goes and gets it done. Overall, this little robot just blew my mind. Everything you see here, I'm not even out there while it's happening. Maybe took Steve 30 minutes or so to do this side of the yard, and I was inside enjoying a glass of lemonade. What I really loved is Steve's going to run into a stake here, and so he'll just focus on the right side of the yard for a few passes so as to not continue to run into the stake. Right there. So impressive. Now, because of the way we had it set up, Steve thought he had to go back and do the whole other side of the yard too. And so even though there was about a 63% charge left, he went back for a recharge. But if we'd set it up right and just focused on that top area as a single area, I'm sure Steve would have finished it on one charge. Here he's showing that he only has about 27% of the total area done. But again, that's because we didn't quite get it set up right the first time. But you can see the light areas are where Steve has cut. The dark areas are what's left. And in the end, he came back and cleaned up everything. Steve is going to make my summertime a funner time, and I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you, Steve.